What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including details on Dijak's departure, Kayla Braxton rejected WWE, the set for SmackDown tonight, big plans for Bryan Danielson, did Tony Khan make an outrageous claim, an ex-personality wants to return to WWE pass on name for Jacob Fatu, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. And now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at details on Dijak's departure. Atop of today's news are more details on his departure from the WWE. As we noted in our previous news video, WWE decided not to renew Dijak's contract, and now Fightful Select is providing additional information on what, if any, negotiations were made to keep Dijak and how he was perceived backstage. The report from Fightful's Patreon account states that Dijak had no idea when the WWE opted to not renew his deal, and that he only found out about it 2 weeks after a speed taping. Dijak, who previously worked on the main roster as T-Bar, a member of the Fizzle faction Retribution, was recently drafted to Raw, but the WWE did next to nothing with him. Corey Brennan has been told by various sources within WWE and NXT that Dijak was well liked and praised by officials in the company, and as Dijak confirmed in his tweet, was originally set to challenge for the NXT title before he was called out without any notice to Monday Night Raw during the WWE draft. According to Fightful, Shawn Michaels was strong on Dijak's work, and while they had minor disagreements about creative, things were worked out. Fans looking for a cameo from Dijak may be interested to know that the former T-Bar is discounting his rates, as he tweeted, "To celebrate WWE no longer taking half of my cameo money, I'm cutting my current price in half to $49. Get ratioed, bitches." His exit is the latest in a surprising number of releases, including talents' contracts not being renewed and wrestlers choosing not to renew their WWE deals. What's kind of interesting is from Dijak's tweet that the WWE actually takes half of their pay. That sounds like way too much. Next up, Kayla Braxton rejected WWE. But speaking of contract extensions, Dave Meltzer is reporting that the WWE personality Kayla Braxton opted not to renew her WWE deal. WWE and Kayla Braxton were in talks for a renewal, but then she made the call not to sign a new deal. Meltzer commented in the report that Kayla's WWE work was well regarded backstage and that she should have no problem finding work outside the WWE. Next up, WWE Changing Up the SmackDown Set. Now if you tune into tonight's SmackDown, you may notice a difference in the set as the WWE brings the blue brand to Madison Square Garden. PW Insider's Mike Johnson is reporting WWE will be utilizing the scaled-back set for Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow at Madison Square Garden. The reason for the smaller set is due to the WWE opening up more seats for the show. WrestleTix recently reported on the setup for Friday's show and how many tickets are left. Currently, there are only 1,014 tickets left. Ringside users reporting that the show is going to be a smash success in terms of ticket sales. The distributed total of 16,646 tickets still surpasses WWE's last appearances at the venue, including the Holiday Super Show on December 26, 2023, when it had an attendance of 15,831. This is the latest reminder of how the WWE can seemingly do no wrong when it comes to the business end of the company. Next up, big plans for Bryan Danielson. AEW wrestler Bryan Danielson is expected to step into semi-retirement soon, but judging from a new report from The Observer, Danielson isn't going out with a whimper, but with a bang, as the American Dragon is expected to have a major turnaround as he closes in on retirement, with the idea of regrouping from the losses earlier in the year. With Danielson competing in the Owen Hart Cup, it's possible he could win it and earn a AEW World Heavyweight Championship match at All In, perhaps closing out his full-time schedule with one last world title win. Next up, an update on Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland is recovering from the ankle injury he suffered at Double or Nothing, and in this week's Observer they noted that Adam Copeland had 5 screws and a plate put into his broken left ankle that he's recovering from surgery from. No update on a recovery timeout, but the Rated R superstar's absence is being felt, and according to Meltzer, Dynamite's ratings in Canada have dipped since Copeland's absence. Next up, Penta pinned for a big payday. Is current WWE star Penta looking for a big payday when he signs a new wrestling deal? While it goes without saying that money is usually a big factor in wrestlers' decision where to sign, Penta's decision is money-based for a very good reason. Meltzer wrote, Penta said he believes this is probably his last big money deal, he's 39 and that he has a lot of people counting on him, so he has to look at everything. That statement makes me think he's going where he gets the best offer. Next up, Tony Khan's outrageous claim. It's time to shut down a wild rumor concerning some alleged remarks from AEW President Tony Khan concerning AEW's attendance figures in 2024. Khan recently appeared on Fox Business to discuss AEW, including negotiations between the promotion and current TV partner Warner Bros. Discovery. However, what caught some fans' attention was a blurb that read 500 million plus people attended 110 plus AEW events in 2024. This is an impressive numbers and enough to make any sports or entertainment organization ecstatic, as who doesn't want several million people attending a show? Now, it turns out that this isn't true, of course, as Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp is reporting Tony Khan said absolutely nothing like this during the interview. It's an error from Fox Business. People claiming it was from Khan directly are operating in bad faith and didn't look into the interview. Sapp posted a video from the interview that clarifies what Khan said and how Fox Business made the mistake. While fans are used to promotions exaggerating attendance figures like WWE, only a diehard AEW hater would think Khan was trying to peddle this astronomical number as accurate. Next up, a WWE superstar seconding a UFC fighter. It looks like the rumors of WWE and UFC doing some crossover promotion is true, as WWE superstar Shinsuke Nakamura will reportedly be cornering Rei Tsuruya in his UFC 303 fight Saturday. You may recall rumors that TKO Holdings wanted to create more corporate synergy between its companies UFC and WWE. The NXT's roster recently held a PLE at the UFC facility, but what do you guys think of this latest crossover? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Coach wants to return to WWE. Coachman has had 3 runs in the WWE, including an extended one from 1999 to 2008, where he served roles including backstage interviewer, announcer, on-screen personality, and even occasional forays in the ring. Along the way, he also developed a career in sports broadcasting, including a lengthy run in ESPN and more recently CBS Sports. His most recent WWE run was from 2018 to 2021, when he provided commentary and co-hosted pay-per-view pre-shows. The coach has been critical of how the WWE and also how the XFL failed to pay him for travel expenses after it failed bankruptcy. However, during an interview on the Angle podcast, not to be confused with Kurt Angle's podcast, The Kurt Angle Show, Coach talked about what went wrong in his latest run in the WWE. When I returned, I wasn't treated well by certain people. Maybe they were jealous of my role in commentary. I tried to play the ESPN guy, which was a mistake. Coachman discussed what his best role in WWE was and whether he'd be open to a return. My best self is a heel coach, talking trash and getting physical. There's no reason I can't do that in 2024 and still maintain my credibility in sports hosting. If I go back, I'd be open to it, but it won't be a straightforward announcer. That's not me. Some people didn't want me there, and it was like being there in a 3-person announce booth where no one cooperates. It was all about self-interest, and I got shut out. Coachman also discussed Vince McMahon's expectations for him and how they clash with reality. During my first decade with WWE, I missed only one Monday night out of 520, but in 2018, I had a golf contract and had to miss 5 Mondays. Vince got upset thinking I didn't want to be there, but I already had the golf deal when WWE called me back. I thought it was a good cross-promotion opportunity, but Vince didn't see it that way, so they moved me to doing pay-per-view previews and made it easy to let me go during the COVID cuts. Do you guys think WWE has any interest in bringing back the coach? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, Jacob Fatu's original name. And last but not least, it appears that WWE's recent trademarking of the name Caesar Sikoa was all for naught, as Dave Meltzer is reporting in this week's Observer that obviously with Jacob Fatu debuting under his own name and then WWE taking out a trademark for the name, will not be using Caesar Sikoa. Caesar Sikoa was the first idea for Fatu's name, but they made the call to keep his Jacob Fatu name, which is surprising since it's his real name. Meltzer noted the difference in how the WWE treated IP during the Vince McMahon regime compared to the current one. But this regime isn't as quick to change people's names. Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, as Vince was where he wanted full ownership of the name, and also if that person left, they couldn't use the name they used in WWE. This group appears to want those just starting out to be given stage names, but if you made a name elsewhere, they aren't as quick to make you change that name. The Meltzer mused how it's interesting that the WWE is focusing on Jacob Fatu since most fans didn't know him, as he's best known for his run in Major League Wrestling. However, Meltzer pointed out they do own the Caesar Sikoa name and it could be used by somebody else going forward, but it was trademarked last week for him. Regardless, Caesar Sikoa seems like an odd name for a henchman, as it sounds like something the leader of the bloodline would adopt. Unless this is a case of the WWE preparing Jacob to take over the bloodline or part of a plan to rename Solo, Caesar Sikoa is a name with a very specific use, that of an all-powerful tribal chief. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.